Ooh, we'll see. I'm actually genuinely scared I might kill you all now.
Well, you should be.
I okay, so do we wanna do recap for inspiration, or do you guys still have a pretty clear memory of last week?
I don't remember us actually doing very much last week. We just kind of traveled, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
we wrapped up the stuff. We pretty much finished up our scenes in Secomber,
Mhm.
and then just left,
Mhm.
more or less. It took a lot longer than it does to recap it because, you know, for like proper resolution of the scenes and the issues, actually just took a little bit of legwork.
Yep.
Uh,
I
but
think the big thing that occurred during that wrap-up process was we got Scream Stealer back for Doug. Wasn't that last week?
yes,
We
yeah,
got
and
Scream Stealer back, and it's
has some sort of
attached to him by
he has
some.
some sort of terrible curse now.
Right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I think that was that was the only major point that needed to get sort of wrapped in, right? And then
Yeah,
we rolled out, did some travel, and
did a combat.
fought some drow.
Mhm.
We did a combat that we absolutely dominated.
Yep. It was, dodgy there for the first second.
I mean, it looked like it could have been pretty bad, and then it proceeded to be not bad at all.
Yeah.
I mean, taking to a fight kind of helped.
Yeah. Ted, what were you gonna say?
For the official Craig record, I still advocate for removing Phantom's hand.
The whole hand, just to be safe.
Just to be safe.
Attached
Because the
on his
dagger
hand.
retreats back into his hand, as far as we can tell.
Up his
It's attached to his wrist. You have to cut it off like below the.
Ah,
Below
so
the
forearm
elbow.
too. Okay.
Yeah, like we're talking like from the elbow down.
Done.
Yeah, it's
That's
what
all.
you need to cut off. It'd be pretty terrible. I mean, let's be honest. It'd be pretty bad no matter what.
All I am saying is, and again, this is for the Craig record, one of the new invocations, not invocations, what are they called for, whatever, doesn't matter. Point is, Panner can get a robo hand. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay, so hear me out. That will eat your invocation forever, and when you put it on something else, the hand will cease to function. And I don't want to live in that
that's actually
world.
a benefit.
Yes.
Then whenever Panrin is, just
Is acting up, you'll remove his hand abilities.
Are you telling me that you do not want this ability? Is that what you are saying?
You don't want this
No.
power over him.
I'm telling you that I'm not comfortable with the amount of personal power you will have over another human being's life and ability to function. You shouldn't be able to just make people paralyzed whenever you want.
To be fair, halfling.
Oh
Like,
god.
It's only half the moral quandary.
Oh my.
What the fuck?
Oh
Is
my
this like a 3/5 discussion we're having?
Whoa! Fuck!
I really
Crying
don't
out loud.
appreciate any of this.
god.
I was like, wow, we're in fuckery, and then 3/5 came out, and I'm like, oh.
Because he's 3/5 as tall as a person. What are you talking
Oh
about?
my god.
But wait,
So we're gonna end Craig here and restart Craig. Right?
That's right. That's what we're doing. We're ending
So-
Craig,
so here's the
shooting him
thing.
in the mace.
I did forget I was being recorded. Oops.
And
I just want to highlight how great Lily's comment was. I'm just talking about him being 3/5 the height of a normal. Like, what were you talking about? I just wanted to make sure that didn't get glossed over. That's gold.
No.
oh god.
A comedy genius over here. I went to comedy school. I got a 4-year degree.
Nice.
Oh my god. Okay. No, let's play this game. So
Game
it's
faces. Game faces.
it's the middle of the night. You guys have killed the potential drow trappers. You learned that they do not carry vials of their spider venom on them. You deduce that there's a chance that they have an encampment close by. Razik was able to figure out that it's to the north and east, a ways from where you are currently. I'm assuming you all go back to bed, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Maintaining
Could
watches.
you want to further away from the scene of battle, or no?
I mean, we probably want to move the. Sorry, this is a Lily thing that I'm saying. We probably want to move the bodies away from us so they don't
Yeah,
attract
they'll
wild
attract
beasts,
carrion.
because wild beasts and carrion in the Forgotten Realms can be like monstrosities. And I don't particularly want to fight an owl bear over a corpse.
Okay. Let's see. Cool. Last watch for the night was Viserys, so why don't you give me your perception roll for the night?
Oh, shite.
Oh my god. Oh, don't worry about that.
I'm a little worried about it now.
I just realized something. My familiar
I
can
just
take the
smashed
health
my phone into a lamp.
Yeah.
Nice.
In
I
fact,
just
I think
realized something.
short of chain druids or chain warlocks, familiars can't actually attack.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which Stratsford never does. He sits there.
Stratford is my pretty boy, and I refuse to sacrifice him to the war machine that is our party. Secondarily, I just realized something is that nobody trusts Stratford to keep watch on his own, but I could be using him because he doesn't sleep to give my allies advantage on the checks that they make.
rather
in the middle of the
than
night.
rather than having him do his own separate checks.
Yes, because
Yeah.
I honestly think that will be more effective.
I think that's yes. I feel that's accurate.
So I'm going to be doing that from now on.
All right.
Stratford will be hopping on to whoever's on watch and then taking the help action to help them.
Okay. We'll keep All right. Yeah. Okay. Dawn comes. Even with the little bit of work, the little bit of legwork that you put into remove the corpses, there is still some movement and animals clearly off the side of the road. That Viserys has some trouble either noticing entirely or acknowledging as a true threat. But regardless, with the bubble and all the other things, that's not an issue. And by the time it is,
I hate to be this kid right now, like
Mhm.
you forgot we have homework kid, but I actually don't have a bubble up right now, and I'm not going to take an
Couldn't-
hour to put one down again,
Okay. All right.
because that will too significantly disrupt my sleep schedule.
Okay.
So I hope me throwing a fireball doesn't disrupt your fucking sleep schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, this is a decision that Moira would have made hours ago,
Okay.
so...
In that case, is there something that Viserys does to ward off incoming creatures?
The only thing I can think of is fucking creating a fire. Well, I guess if
before
I'm
she
gonna be
goes-
awake.
I
Nope,
was
good.
mistaken. Sorry, I was mistaken about the casting time of the spell. It is, as a ritual, it'll be 11 minutes. So never mind.
Yeah, that's actually what. When you said an hour, I was like, that doesn't sound right.
I
But-
thought it was an hour.
No.
I'm a big dummy. Go on.
So do you do the bubble then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
10 minutes
Then-
ain't shit.
I was gonna use my ring of shooting stars to make fucking globes of light dance around and shit, but you know, whatever.
Okay. All right. Regardless, you guys are unaccosted, and the morning comes, and whatever creatures were in the night have decided to move on because that is safer for them, especially so close to the road. All right. Anything special happening on this day of travel? Okay. Let's say who marches in front. I want to see marching order.
Razik will probably march in front to try and keep an eye out for what's upcoming.
Okay.
Burks will probably, since I do not have to pull the cart, walk at the back just in case.
Okay.
I will have Stratsford helping Razik keep a lookout.
Okay.
I'm also placed exactly where I want to be.
Okay, great. Razik, then, would you mind making me a perception check? Okay. That's substantial. On the side of the road, very clearly marked, is a skull that is propped up on some stones against a tree. It appears to be the skull of a deer with antlers still attached, and the remains of its pelt and other things, as well as some what appear to be offerings of bound plants or herbs, some such. Um, and strung on the antlers of the skull is a golden pendant on a chain. Don't know if that appeals to you or strikes your interest in the slightest.
I will point out to the party. I'll turn around and just say, it appears there's been some ritual slaughter up ahead. We should be on the lookout for any creatures that that may be capable of and interested in some such things. If anyone would like to take a look and perhaps identify what ritual is being performed here, that might be helpful.
I will do that, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and can I see what he's talking about?
Mm-hmm. And one's pointed out, yeah.
Great. Does that look familiar to me in any way? Would I recognize it as like a specific dedication or like a territory marker or something?
Why don't you roll? Let's go religion.
Damn it.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Although pretty good for a flat one, or a natural one. The structure of itself doesn't hold any significance to you. The golden pendant looks vaguely interesting, but nothing distinctly marked.
Okay. And does the pendant itself... Am I close enough to inspect the pendant closely?
If you so choose to be, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna meander on over there. Does the pendant itself look distinct in any way? Like, would I be able to tell if it was made by forest-dwelling folk? Does it look like it was well made?
It looks well made.
Okay. So that probably means it was taken.
With a pretty clear the symbol like stamped into it is it looks like drops, like water droplets stamped into it, but it's all in gold.
Water droplets. Does that ring any bells? Is that significant in any way?
I'll give you another opportunity for a religion check. Yikes. I mean, there are several different gods that there are several different gods that use water as a symbol, like Shevarash Bahal, in some fashion. But by itself, these have no significance.
Okay. Great. So, I need context to understand, but I am lacking context.
Correct.
Fantastic. I want to meander back over to the party and be like, well, I have no clue what that is.
I will ask Mirik if she's seen anything similar since he's mentioned.
Oh, was that Adam?
I think
It was.
Yeah.
I also mentioned disconnecting.
I love my Discord crashing. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yo.
So I will ask Mirik if she's seen anything similar, since I believe she's traveled this road before.
She reminds you, well, I'll remind you, she hasn't traveled the road per se, but she's traveled
Okay.
close by the road.
Okay.
But upon seeing that, she tells you immediately, she says, I'm not going any further.
Mm.
And then also tells you that farther ahead is Daggerford. You should not go in there. You are smarter than I am, stronger in many ways, and you are not the child that I would expect you to be. And you do not need my guardianship. And she just kind of moves to the back of the cart, and shouts over to you and says, I am not of a tribe, but you are. Good luck.
Good luck, Merrick. And she will not be traveling with us any further. She's mentioned that Daggerford is up ahead, and that we should not go in there.
I'm inclined to agree. I don't mean to be disparaging of other people's culture or practices, but ritual sacrifice kind of stinks to me. I've never been through Daggerford before, and I'm perfectly happy keeping it that way.
Razik looks at the skeletons and looks at Moira and looks at the skeletons and looks at Moira and just says, okay, I guess we should go around Daggerford. To the north or to the south?
North. We are headed north from here.
Who in Daggerford is sacrificing people?
I don't know, and I don't care to find out.
Yes, Merrick did not say. She did not say that the sacrifice was necessarily coming from someone in Daggerford. She just said she would not be continuing any further, and that we should not go into the city.
Myra shrugs. She seems smart enough. I trust her.
She has stayed alive all these years.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys wish to try to travel around the city.
Yeah.
At what
Northwards,
point?
counterclockwise.
Yeah. At what point would you like to try to diverge from the road? Because there will come a point where, when you make it to the tradeway, you are going to have to start paying for access to the road and for the guardianship that provides. And in order to access that road, typically, you would make your way through Daggerford.
Alright. Do any of us have enough geographical knowledge to know if there is another way to access the road?
I
Let's...
definitely won't.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
won't.
Razik won't.
Razik won't. I'll give Moira and Viserys an opportunity for history checks.
I was gonna say, I've probably seen the big ass map.
Finally.
Okay. I think Moira's.
Yeah. The both of
Feeling
you.
Good.
The both of you are familiar enough. You can access the road at any point. In theory, it's just going to be harder to go without the guards. And once you encounter the guards, there might be
An altercation because we don't have the paperwork
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
I mean, how much does it normally cost?
Depends on where you're going. They don't It doesn't cost like per day. It has to Basically, every city you hit on the road will cost a certain amount. It'll cost 15 gold to get you to Waterdeep, and then like theoretically, because you have threads to Neverwinter, like a total of like 40 gold to get to Neverwinter.
So here's the thing, is I don't think cost is really an issue, but we were warned to stay out of Daggerford, and I don't know why, and we don't have any way to ask why, and that stinks of an omen to me. Am I being personally too superstitious about this?
I mean, there's skeletons and weird sacrifices and stuff. I don't know if it's quite a bad idea to avoid it. I mean,
I wouldn't say that those are necessarily directly related to anyone who lives in Daggerford. It's
yeah,
much more likely we're what, like a quarter of a day out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is probably just like locals.
yeah, but I mean, either way, it's probably not a super great idea to continue down the trail. I mean, we could always.
I want to say that Daggerford's kind of a crime city. I'm not sure if Moira would know that.
I mean, I feel like, well, if that's true, or even if it's really not, if we hit the trade road, and we just, overpay a bunch, or basically flat out bribe the guards, just be like, oh, we're under threat and we couldn't get in Daggerford, and here we are. Sorry about that. It might work out.
Yeah, if you think you can sweet talk the guards into not murdering us, and then like maybe let us buy passes on the road, I think we should probably chase that instinct.
I feel like I can pull it off.
Alright. Yeah, Myra's on board for that.
Okay. So again, skirting Daggerford and headed towards the tradeway, through the wilds, more or less. All right, this. Yeah,
Is there
this
a way
ends.
to like buy passes outside of the city? Like, would there be like a checkpoint or something?
Beyond the city.
Yeah, like where we could, like a guard outpost or something that sells the things just in case you have to join the road not in a major city.
Let me check. Just a minute. Almost certainly. I've just gotta.
It feels like it would be a reasonable thing to have, especially
Yeah.
since there's got to be smaller roads that lead to there from
Oh,
like
yeah,
small
for sure.
communities and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm just measuring distance. Okay. I would say half a day's travel from Daggerford is
Alright.
yeah.
In which case, we can just travel off the road, right?
Yeah. It will take you longer than half a day to get to that point.
Obviously, yeah, because we're not moving on paved road.
Correct. Okay.
Do I need to carry the cart?
No, donkeys. I mean, that's like that's accounting for that speed. Is the fact that the cart by itself is going to be difficult to move regardless. Like even if you're carrying it, which you might be capable of, doing that for that entire time is still going to mean that you're moving slowly.
It's not exactly like an off-road vehicle.
It's specifically a road vehicle. Okay. So you end up losing about half a day before making it to what can account for a guard outpost, which is where those who work the street, work the road, where
The red light guard outpost.
Anyway.
Red light district out here.
Where the guards who are off duty get to rest and then do rotation. How would you like to approach this social encounter? With what appearances are you putting forth?
I mean, it's like raider, I imagine they see some characters out here.
True, but you are moving to bribe and, sweet talk, correct? So,
Yeah, I'll bribe if we have to. I mean, if we can just legally purchase them, that's easier.
okay. There are 2 guards at the station. And again, how do you like to approach? I'm handing this mostly to you, Osiris.
So Viserys approaches at the front of the caravan, full confidence and not quite bravado, but just looks like he doesn't have the slightest clue why anyone might think he's not supposed to be there, and simply walks up to them and says, "Greetings, gentlemen. Just need to procure some passes down the trade road."
They
He waves, clearly showing his ring, but not intentionally, obviously. He's just waving.
they kind of look at each other and they look at you and say, "Are you lost, sir? You
Well,
seem to be a ways off the road there."
we had some troubles. Guides aren't quite what they used to be.
And kind of look behind you at the figures you have in your group and just say, "And by what
Best
means
to
are you
hide
headed?"
behind the curtain.
Okay. By what means are you headed north, and for what purpose?
We're headed to Waterdeep. We actually have leads on some work there. Quite some lucrative deals and such to be made.
What kind of business do you have in Waterdeep?
Would saying adventuring be out of the ordinary? I imagine not. I'm assuming Viserys would know, but
I think referring to it as adventuring would be a weird way to say that. Probably mercenary work would be like.
I mean, there's a
Self-made.
bar in Waterdeep with a portal to the Underdark in it that people make bets on how long you stay down. So it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, there's that. I think Viserys would say something to that effect. My brain is not braining very well right now, but would say something to the effect of, "Oh, we heard about the portal and some other stuff like that. We're in the business of risking our lives," or to that effect.
Are you you're looking to make money?
Could be. Is there an offer on the table?
Oh, there might be. We keep getting these rather annoying and rather suicidal messages and messengers from a little outpost a ways off the road, looking for a couple of people who are willing to help them with say a snake problem. Is that what they were saying? And the other guy kind of nods. If you're looking for trouble, that's definitely the way to go.
Is certainly an interesting offer. I'd need to discuss that further with the group as a whole, but
Hell, if you could get those folks off our backs, we might be able to look the other way when a couple of transport papers make it into your wagon.
well, that is a mighty interesting offer. Tell you what, let me take it up with the group. Let's see what all we're working with here. I mean, it is certainly an interesting proposition. But we did kind of have plans, but plans are flexible. Give me one moment. He just steps away. Viserys will go back to the group and sort of call everyone over behind the cart and say, "Okay, well, they seem like they'd be willing to sell us passes, but they want us to take a look at some local outposts has a snake problem, and they said that they would and he does air quotes waive the fee for our passes if we dealt with it for them." Interesting. I mean, they said that there was like suicidal messengers who were like trying to get help. So
Did they say suicidal how?
no, I presume writing nearly to death, but that did not clarify. Although it's
Alright.
rather local, so I don't know. That doesn't make any sense actually. I'm not sure.
Did they say what kind of snakes?
Also, no, I don't think they know. Could ask, but
Do we know where it is?
they do.
Okay. I feel like all of these things kind of factor into whether or not we want to say yes.
Makes it easier for us to get the things we need, then
Yes, but it's also more work to get the things we need.
Yes. Depending on how difficult this task is, we might just want to circle back around to Daggerford.
the place we were told to stay out of.
Yes, I mean, if one of us dips in for half an hour to grab some papers, it might be less trouble than dying to snakes. Wait, what am I talking about? She looks erratic. You know how to handle snakes, right?
Wait, what's that?
Uh, what do you know about snakes?
Well,
Turns
they
into a snake.
they slither on the ground and they bite you, and some of them are poisonous, and some of them just squeeze you, and I can turn into a big giant one that squeezes things.
She snaps her fingers. Yes, that. Can you talk to snakes when you do that?
Mm, I don't believe so. I've never tried. Out of character, I can't talk to snakes while I'm a snake, can I?
I don't think so.
That. Yeah, I don't think that's.
I
the way
don't
it
think
works.
that's part of it.
Doesn't
You'd
work
have
that
to
way.
have the
Right.
cat speak with animals and then
Right.
turn into a snake,
Right.
which I would think would help. But you know,
All right. Well,
It would, but I mean, I do have the ability to speak with all sorts of animals, but we would have to wait another day for me to prepare that.
well, we'll keep that in our back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
tell you what, Myra, why
Sarah,
don't
do I know what types of snakes we might be talking about, given the area that we're in? That would be
Roll.
like a serious problem for like an entire community of people.
Roll nature.
Can I get a good roll? Thank God.
Constrictor snakes, like giant things for sure. Poisonous snakes have the ability to kill somebody in a single bite.
Yeah. So we might
What?
just be talking about like a pest control problem then,
Possibly.
possibly. Yeah, I mean, I guess I do keep asking, road guards to deal with it, so maybe it's something we can handle.
the road guards don't seem particularly inclined to do it, which could be in part laziness or maybe because it's too dangerous.
I mean, they're probably just assigned to work right here and not somewhere else.
Touche.
Alright. I mean, if we can find out how far away it is.
I mean, you could just come with me and we can ask him.
Yeah.
If the conversation is still open, maybe you can ask how much it would cost to buy the appropriate papers.
It'll be about 15 gold.
And they
Well,
might charge us more because we're not exactly carrying them where we're supposed to.
Well, then it seems like a no-brainer. We will buy the appropriate papers and we will move down the road.
Okay. That's a good point.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Alright. Okay.
Will they sell them if we don't do this thing for them?
Well, I have a feeling we're going to find out.
Let's ask. I'm gonna accompany Rosarius back to the guards.
Okay. They tip the hat as you approach.
Yeah. There's gives another small wave and says, yes, this is my assistant Moira. We were just going over sort of like the paperwork and what we have going on. So how much would it cost us to just if we were just to procure the papers? We're not sure how we feel about this job currently.
Ah, a couple of adventurers not looking to actually take an adventure. Interesting.
we
Well,
have sort of more
well.
specific work elsewhere that is slightly time sensitive.
Fine by me. It doesn't really make a difference, but well, how much did that last guy offer to pay us? Well, 50 gold, I think, right?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 50 apiece. Mr. Osiris here is very important. We have places to be. 50 apiece. How's that sound?
Excellent.
Consider it a donation for your fine
Absolutely
upstanding work.
fine. Absolutely fine.
I give each of them 5 platinum pieces.
All right. One of them hands you a packet of papers that looks pretty well, like, readily available.
Can I read over the paperwork to ensure that it is actually legitimate and not gonna fuck with us?
Sure. Roll insight.
Okay. 17.
Yeah, looks clean.
Terrace nods and says, thank you very much, John. Much appreciated.
You boys have a good rest of your day.
They wave you on. All
Terrace
right.
rides back and says, alright, let's get out of here. Spooky.
Okay. Anything else special that you guys do as you travel?
Is it dark out yet?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
Almost.
Well, just to save the time, in that case, on myself, I will cast Dark Vision.
Okay. No problem. As long as it lasts. Okay. Sorry. Okay. How? Let's have you guys. If there's nothing special happening in that way, let's have you guys roll. Let's have you guys travel for 2 days before something happens. Is there anything
Mhm.
special in 2 days that I need to be told of?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of.
I'm good. I'm just still training the boy. That's it.
Okay, cool.
I am working on the moose bones that I have for the framework.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 2 days into your travel on the road, we're just gonna keep using this map because it's easier for me, and I already have so many fucking maps in this game that sifting through just different types of road maps is a colossal waste of time. There is Rosaris feels it first, and then Razik. There is something rumbling under the dirt. Something that is growing stronger and heavier as time passes, and it is quickly becoming nearly strong enough to knock you onto the ground. You have a round. Let's actually roll initiative to prepare yourself in any way that you would like to for whatever this thing might be.
What had happened?
There is something underground, it feels like, that is a direct threat.
Hooray.
Do either of the others of us feel it at all?
In this, like, within this first round, you are going to be given, I don't know, it depends if it gets to a point, yes, where it's you can't ignore it. It just is noticed by those two first. Can you guys see the whole screen, or you still have lighting lit?
I still have lighting.
Yeah, I can only see to here. Which is weird, I should have 60.
Second.
Now everything's black.
Yeah, that was intentional.
It still has dynamic lighting on.
Yeah, I know, I'm working on it. I mean, it doesn't have it actually selected, but let's try doing this. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Did you
Jeez.
check global illumination?
I normally don't have to. Well, if I turn it off.
If you
So
turn it off, it doesn't usually instantly refresh, so everyone will have to like rejoin. At least last time I was running this though.
Oh, okay. Well,
Global
figured it
illumination
out,
is
so-
immediate though.
Yeah. Rosaris, you know that whatever this is coming from the right of you. You have
My
one
right,
round.
right here.
Yes, but in a broader sense, like to the
Oh,
right
yeah,
of
sorry.
the road. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah,
Farther
I meant.
north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You have one round to prepare for whatever this might be, and to warn the others. Razik is first.
I will scream out that something's coming up through the ground. I will animate my shield. I'll sort of run to the tree line over here, and I will hold a produce flame for if I see anything that appears to be aggressive.
Where?
What was that a question for?
What? He said that something's coming out of the ground. Where? She looks around, confused.
Raceris points this direction and says, "It's from that direction." And then he runs over here and grabs the child and pulls him further this way, like over here behind him.
All right, Lyra's gonna whistle and get her skeletons into initiative.
And I will hold action to chromatic spear with ice and hostile target.
Okay. And Oryx.
Hell yeah.
Anything special Oryx does in preparation?
Error.
Ted?
You there?
Yo,
Ted?
sorry, I ran upstairs a second ago. What? I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. You have a turn to prepare for something that is coming through the ground.
It is directly above you.
Directly
Oh.
below.
Roughly. It's roughly. Sorry. It is roughly this direction on the map, and under the ground still.
Oryx will go ahead and draw her weapons and activate Giant Might.
Okay. Okay. And let's-
What's the daylight situation here?
daylight.
Yes.
Ugh.
The daylight situations. Yes.
Never your favorite answer, huh?
Nope, that's okay.
Hold on. There. Okay. So. Oh, I'm excited. Let's see how will this go. The cliffside to the right bursts at its base,
I
and
see that I just don't get to do anything.
what?
You bastard.
What?
What?
You skipped Meyer.
What?
I
Oh
just
no,
skipped
I
it.
thought you said something. I thought you said you
No.
like. Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
I'm a skeletons scatter. I'm also going to scatter
Okay.
by moving this way. Is inside the trees difficult terrain?
Not difficult terrain. No.
Okay, I'm just gonna go amongst the trees then.
Okay.
Just gonna scatter away from wherever because they pointed in this direction.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
All right. Okay. So again, an eruption and the sound of hissing and shrieking, and it sounds like claws on metal, but as if it were but it sounds like it's coming from a throat of a creature. And this beast rips through the earth. It has teeth, but not many. They're just long and sharp, and it has swirling purple tentacles falling out of its mouth. And in a lot of ways, you might instinctively you might look at it and think that it has to be a purple worm, but this thing looks more mobile, looks looks it's kind of as it's coming out of the dirt, it appears to be looking for living things. It looks as if it might be
donkey.
in a fashion intelligent. So we've got this guy. Nasty.
Oh yeah, I guess somebody should have grabbed the donkey and moved him.
Yeah, I was more worried about. I thought about it, but I was like, nah, I'm way more worried about the child.
That thing is a nightmare creature.
I'm trying to remember what the fuck. I know what it is, but I can't remember the name of it.
Keep it to yourself.
It's bothering me though.
Okay.
Make a nature check, you fucker.
All right. It's very excited to be above ground where it is not in harm's way. It's pretty easy to. It has maneuverability.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Can we tell that it's excited? And if so, how?
It's smiling.
Oh, that's horrifying. Have an ice spear, you stupid bitch. I don't think that is.
Thanks, I hate it.
14 does not hit any held actions. Razik had a held action. Did Oryx have a held action?
It wouldn't matter. I'd be out of range to attack. But I did not know.
A 19 hits.
I would have just dodged.
Okay. All right, excellent. Moira, you didn't have any held actions, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Cool. So for its move, going to intentionally ignore Oryx and spew a cone of acid, just like
To hit all the creatures
right down the middle here.
Oh no.
40-foot cone of acid you just put out?
Dex saves from, the mule's toast.
Oh
Almost
no.
certainly. That child is dead. Almost certainly.
No. I am so angry right now.
My boy! You killed my boy!
You better unmeet him so hard, Razik.
That
Oh no, I'm
skeleton.
dead. I'm fucking dead.
Dope.
Oh fuck.
God, I'm losing 2 skeletons in the first turn.
Yeah.
These guys are not going to survive this. What's the average? Can you roll damage for me? Because I probably don't even need to roll a dex save.
Yeah, I will.
Half will probably just murder them.
Yeah.
This
give me a
is all
second.
ones I think were posed. This thing's scary. I know that much.
Give me 1 second.
This is like the fucking ant keg all over again.
Oh my god.
Oh, I hate you.
Well, no, there is some good news. It rolled 3 1s and a 2, which is pretty shitty for it. We have a total of 40 damage.
Yeah, so even half damage the skeletons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget your 2
And it's
HP,
acid,
guys.
right? Not poison.
It is acid. Razak saves.
So that's 20 points.
Yeah.
I'm at 20 HP.
God damn it.
Fuck.
Fantastic.
That's it.
I don't know what the kid's hit point max
He's fucking
is.
dead. No.
No, that kid is absolutely dead.
So dead, not unconscious.
Like,
No.
oh, so
He's
so
literally
dead.
a puddle. Yeah.
That
No,
kid
we
has
can't
to have
even
no
unmute
more
him.
than like
There are-
10 points.
There is a scream, and then you see melting bones.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dead kid right there. Also,
That's
a
a
dead
yike.
donkey.
I think we've got ourselves a party snake problem.
So Berserus
What?
calls out, "Found the snake problem."
Plus
Through a garbled face that's just melting off, or what?
plus side,
Nah. Snakes.
plus side. We don't need to go to Waterdeep anymore.
Yeah, no, we're all dead. I don't think we could kill this. We're all half dead already. No, it's a rip.
Razak, it's your turn.
All right. On whatever this creature is, I am going to. Let me read this one more time real quick. Yeah, that's what I'm going to make an attempt to reduce it.
Excellent. What's your save?
15.
Okay, and it's a wisdom save, correct?
Constitution.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw. Yeah.
Okay.
Yikes.
It has magic resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get
Double nat ones, baby. Double nat ones.
12 and a 9.
Yes!
Whoa!
Whoops, sorry, I just hit that again. I meant to
That's
click
fine.
it.
Fuck you.
Just goes down one size class,
Okay.
correct?
No.
Medium to small.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
And I am going to use my bonus action to turn into a giant constrictor snake that looks strangely like a frog. And I'm going to slither right up to it. And that's about all I got.
Okay.
Oh no. What is the most damage I can pump into this stupid thing right now? I have no idea what the fuck this thing is. The slightest. I'm almost certain. Fuck. I don't know. Jesus Christ. I am going to I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire. I
Okay.
think that might. Oh, it has magic resistance. Fuck. I don't know that. No,
I mean, yeah, you can still try it.
hey,
Nice. All right.
everyone has advantage on all attack rolls against it, and Rosarius picks the fuck away from this stupid thing. I can't get out of range, but well. I'm gonna go like over here behind a tree or something so I can get some half cover into this insane fucking save.
All right.
Bonus action. Oh, I don't have anything. Wait, no, I do. No, I lied. No, it's action. Fine, okay, I'm done.
Okay. Oryx.
Oryx will move in. And in a fairly not surprising move, this is it straight instead of advantage because it's blinding out.
Well, no, Razik's in range. Attack tactics.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
right.
canceling out the disadvantage from sunlight.
Oh no,
He also has
it's
Fairy
also
Fire.
Fairy Fire. So
Oh,
you
do
have.
you do that double advantage?
Oh,
I
you- okay.
I do that. I do
Okay.
that. It only seems fair.
I mean,
Well, that's
it
even
only
worse.
has that.
So
Yeah.
second attack.
Fuck him. Oh
I'm-
my god.
Oh no.
And this is the
I'm
TPK.
rolling like Sarah. So good time. You know
Oh,
what?
no.
We're gonna go ahead and since I took the attack action, I can bonus action.
Action speaks the bitch.
18.
Hey, 18 hits. Is it just the 9 or does it have other stuff?
3 more, 12. So,
Okay.
and then I will, I'm gonna go ahead and use my action surge up and try to get some actual hits in without being terrible.
Good luck.
Hey,
There it
There we
is.
go.
That's all the damage, however, because
Okay.
and one more attack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Another 10.
Right. So 18.
Not my greatest turn, but
It's bloodied. Just kidding.
I was about to say, no
That's-
fucking way.
that's just I'm gonna go ahead and move around it, since that should not provoke, but that way if it decides to spit again, it's not hitting more than one person.
Okay.
Tactics.
Skeletons.
All right, sweeties, it's time to die for mommy. You go on in.
Keeping it real, Chief. Keeping it real.
Your brothers are dead. Die for me.
Okay, but the question is, which two died?
Oh God, it was
Was
the
it the
governor, wasn't it? Wait, I know in my
You know
head.
them
I
all.
had, yeah, in my head I knew which order they were in. Yeah, it was the governor and the Undertaker. God, fuck, they were my favorite ones. Now I just have the clergyman and the lady of the night. Those
That'll
guys suck. Yeah, so they're both gonna pull out their. I forgot what we equipped them with. Claymores, I think. The first time I've ever had them go into melee combat on purpose. And then on my turn, I am going to dash over here. Actually, I'm gonna expeditious retreat, and then dash is a bonus action.
Do they
And then I'm
attack?
going
When-
to dash
when-
again.
Yeah,
They
when
can't
you
get in
cast it,
range.
you get to do it.
They're not gonna fire their longbow?
No,
Okay.
they're going to be loud and menacing, and like
Okay,
just try to
okay.
provoke the creature's attention.
Okay. I need a performance check from the skeletons.
It's the greatest day.
I don't feel like they have very good charisma.
Wait,
Whatever it
they're
says.
trained actors, though. Come on.
They have
Yeah.
-3 charisma. They're stagehands, by the way.
Okay.
They
See,
happen to be costumed.
Natural
Yeah.
20 incoming.
These guys are literally just like stage managers. Like, I should have just dressed them in black leotards.
Ouch.
There we go, baby.
That seems about right.
Excellent. And you did everything you could on your turn, Moira?
That's correct. Yeah, I cast Expeditious Retreat and then dash twice.
Brilliant. Okay. Could you make me, Moira, a... Well, let me double check that. Yes. Could you make me a strength saving throw?
Huh. That's not great.
That
I'm
is
gonna
not...
burn inspiration on that.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do better. I can't.
Oy. Okay. You feel still there is control over your body, but not in the same way that you're used to. You are lifted into the air and moved back One, two, right there. You can make
tell by
me
what force this happens?
make an Arcana check for me.
Huh. Negative. I got a nat 1 and I got 13. I'm
Not
so mad.
not good for you, but good enough because this spell is pretty. It's like the effect of the telekinesis spell.
Oh, this creature is psionic. Fantastic!
Razik's turn.
Fan fucking.
Oh, sorry.
tap.
I meant to ask a question. Does it have visible eyes?
I
can't see on the token art.
It does not. It does not.
Fantastic. You know I'm an illusionist, right? I hate you.
Yeah.
My tricks are of no use here.
Razik remembers the conversation that we all had a couple days ago and figures, well, why not give this a shot? And just says, hey man, look, I'm a snake too. Maybe you should just let us go. However that comes out, Lord only knows, because as players, we know that's not effective. Right. And now give me a hug, cousin.
No! What the fuck are these roll? You have advantage. You roll again.
Oh yeah.
Please get a fucking nat 20. God damn it! What the fuck?
We can't roll better than a 14.
AIDS. We've gotten so many 14s.
14 definitely hits him though, right? 14 definitely hits him.
It don't. He's really big and really strong and slimy. Now that you're touching him, slimy.
So gross.
Gross, 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 gross.
Yeah, he's actually specifically like mucusy.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
that sounds right. This is a primordial, right? It looks
Uh,
primordial. Sorry, go on. I feel
Yeah,
like I'm probably going to need to make some sort of knowledge check if and when we kill it.
Just out of curiosity,
Uh-huh.
how much does this resemble the tentacle things that are attaching Scream Stealer to Panman's fist?
Out of curiosity.
Making just I'll say not enough. Not enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they are
Reserves.
laying tentacles, which is close enough for me.
It is tentacles.
I know
So I'm going to burn a 3rd level spell slot on Chromatic Spear, and I'm really swinging for the fences here and hoping for a crit. Here we go.
Okay.
Let's see how well that works out.
It is a hit.
22.
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
Plus, oh, it's a total of 5d8.
Okay.
32 ice damage.
All right. That is good.
Is the ice damage effective?
Yeah, I didn't really.
It's working.
I don't like that response.
Well, okay. I mean, you guys have at this point seen enough things that have had resistance to different types of attacks. This still seems to be completely effective.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
That's
that's
I'm
good.
going to attempt to make myself scarce. Falling prone doesn't give me. Yeah, I'm just trying to get as much cover in here as I can. Like, I don't know if I can get 3/4 cover. I'll take half cover if I can get it. Whatever I can get.
I would say in order to get cover, I would make you do a hide action. Just based on the fact that using these, this same setting for the fight last week, same benefit of the doubt was not given to the enemies. So
Yes, that's a good point.
Okay.
The first time that we even started talking about cover was when someone was like already almost 100 feet away from us.
is that it for you, Osiris? Are you moving?
Hey boss, probably
Did I-
backpedal a little bit for some table talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna back away 30 feet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just go over here.
Okay.
I'd be 75 feet away. I think that was 45 feet away.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to fucking backseat game you here, but let's say you're at 20 HP. I don't think you want to be anywhere near this thing.
No, I do not.
Oryx, you're up.
Not that we have any proof that will stop it.
Just gonna move up and kill him.
It's got psionic powers, guys.
No, we're fucked. We're totally fucked.
26 hits.
Nice. All right.
Where's
I'm
Pam
tempted-
when you need him to try and seduce a stupid fucking...
Seduce the otherworldly tentacle monster.
I
I've
mean,
seen
he's
enough
got otherworldly
hentai.
tentacles on him. That's close enough.
I was gonna say you've
I've
got
seen enough
tentacles. He's got tentacles. I think we need to
I know
talk.
where this goes.
I'm gonna kill you all.
I imagine that guy.
Yes, you are. Are you just?
Yes, Sarah, that's what you're currently doing, you ass.
That's correct. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun while we get murdered.
Yeah.
Both of those hit.
16, 30
All right.
damage.
I have a bonus action. I will go ahead and use my bonus action to activate the Uvar rune, which will give me the ability to use my reaction to impose either advantage or disadvantage on a roll.
Okay.
So I need to know what people are doing before they do it, so I can, because I have to use it before they actually roll.
Okay.
I think. Let me double check. Until the state ends, it lasts for a minute, or until I'm incapacitated. Until the state ends, when you or another creature you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, saving throw, or an ability check, I can use my reaction to cause the roll to have advantage or disadvantage. So yeah, I have to do it before you.
Okay.
This is you guys have seen Oryx do this before. This is the rune on her breastplate that turns her eyes solid gold.
Which rune is it? Of the
Bar?
Ordning.
Storm?
I'm curious. Is that the stone one?
Storm
Storm.
giants, because they're prophetic. They're the dreamers.
Yes, that's right. I just remembered stone giants can they can hear prophecy in the rock. And that's why I thought that was it. Anyway, this diversion aside, back to getting murdered.
Go skeletons.
Back to death.
They're gonna close the distance. And
Claymore
they
that
are
bitch.
going to try and hit it as much as they can on the side that is away from me.
They have. Oh fuck! What is the name of that weapon that they have? Hold on.
Sword?
No, they got something else. It's
Didn't we
a glaive.
thought we gave them glaives. Although we
Yeah.
discovered they're not great with glaives since they're agility.
Oh yeah, I
wise
swapped
instead
their glaives out for scimitars. That's right.
Okay.
They do higher average damage, and their to hit is much better.
Hey, and they get
Uh,
advantage from... I was worried about Fairy Fire, but it's working out so far.
They can also use. Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
nice.
Oh!
And
Get in there.
19. Oh, well, our skeletons are doing work for a total of 16 slashing damage.
Nice.
Not bad for all things
They are
considered.
one
Not
quarters.
bad.
You need to know, was it the Doxy that crit, or was it the which skeleton am I trying to save here?
The first one is the clergyman.
That's disappointing, Doxy. Come on now.
Yeah,
It's again, nice.
honestly. God, I'm gonna have to invest so much into more costumes.
Although,
I
you
am
know what?
dead.
I'll give her damage was the same as the crit.
Okay, I'm
That is
going
true.
to continue to sprint in this direction.
One moment.
Or I'm going to try to.
Yep.
Is my movement impaired anyway from that fucking thing that just happened to me?
I'm trying to. Let's see. Da, da, da. You are restrained currently.
Ooh, speed of 0. Yikes.
And a little bit off
Dex
the ground.
saves.
Can I get out of it somehow? Can I struggle against it?
At the on its turn, you can make a contested strength roll if it wants to maintain its grip.
So she
This is not going to go well for me, but I don't have a lot of good options. Alright. Okay. I'm going to try and struggle out.
Okay.
This inspiration stack, also, did I get inspiration for doing the recap? It was very half-assed.
It was half-assed, but I'll give it to you.
Hell yeah.
Um.
Burning it again, baby! Oh,
Oh no!
All right, it's got to make its check real quick.
I'm doing
Can
a
it
real
fail?
good job over here. Technically, I have +1 to both those because I rolled straight checks and not saves.
Okay. Well,
That's a wisdom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's she has to make a strength save. It has to make it
Oh,
based on
yeah.
its.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, you said contested.
I
strength, so my
did. I
brain
did.
was,
I
like,
realized
burnt.
that was my fault. Yeah.
Well, my speed is 0, which means that I literally can't even drop to the ground, I don't think.
Can you
So
teleport?
I'm just... Yes. Yes. I believe so. That's what I was going to do, actually. Let me check the ring. Because I'm pretty sure you can teleport out of restrainment.
You definitely can. Restrain.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Is 0.
Yeah, you can definitely teleport. I don't know if it would break the hold in this case since it's
Probably
telekinetic,
wouldn't, because it's telekinetic.
but it would literally get you further away.
Yes, so I'm going to Misty Step my ass 30 feet left.
Okay, you can do that. And I'll say that's not a bad use of that. Not a bad use of that ability. That's not a bad choice because then if it wants to maintain its grip on you, it has to still spend the time to pull you closer.
And then that's it for me.
Okay. Seeing that you are becoming more difficult to eat, it is actually going to choose to break its concentration. You drop the 4 feet to the ground, and then let's do Oryx. That sounds like fun.
I sort of disagree, but you know.
3 tentacles from its mouth kind of spiral around and then whip out at you. Let's...
Give that bitch disadvantage right now.
22 hits. Can you
Oh,
make
yeah.
a strength save for me?
Oh god, it's gonna
Are you gonna
blow us.
impose the disadvantage?
No, I'm
Oh.
worried there's a bite, so I'm kind of just holding on to it. I think I have.
Thanks. No,
giant
that says it
form
swallows
gives
you.
me.
Okay, well,
I have advantage on strength saving
so-
throws because
So the attack itself. So what's going to happen is So you get to make the strength save. This has not yet accounted for the damage that the tentacle itself does. This strength save is about being swallowed, which is a different thing.
Bring in your vor fetish and hit the ground
Fuck!
I'm
can
going to
I-
burn an inspiration.
Okay. I was gonna-
Also worth mentioning, I haven't written it down here, but I read 18, but I've actually, because you guys have fewer people here, its spell save DC is its save DC at this point is a 15, not an 18.
Oh, well, in that case, I
Yeah.
succeed, and I don't have
Yep.
to burn an inspiration.
It must be an actual nightmare having to design the encounter multiple times depending on the number of people that will be here.
Uh-huh.
I'm so terribly sorry for you.
Yeah, so it's not in the sheet, but whenever an 18 shows up as a DC, that's a 15. Anyway, here we go for damage. Just from the bludgeoning, you have to start. Oh, that's not bad. 12 bludgeoning, and then as soon as they make contact and kind of grip into you, you feel little barbs, and then a shrieking pain through your skull for another 22 psychic damage.
God.
Psychic poison.
Oh no, sorry, 14. It's just 14. I apologize.
Are you alive, Oryx?
Yeah.
Okay, you did account for your 10 temp HP.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
God, the game just.
swear to God.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it messed the sheet messed up my. Oh no, it was me talking. Damn it. So it was 12 initially, and then how much after that?
14.
14. So I lost.
I'll say my initial rolls for damage
There
are
we go.
going pretty low, and then I'm getting average otherwise. Rosarius, you're up.
That was it. Just the one tentacle.
I mean, it was like it's one attack. Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna try and hug this thing again.
All right.
Still have advantage on the attack.
That's an attack. That's a hit.
All right.
Nice.
And it
You
has disadvantage on the strength save to see if it's restrained.
okay? Well, so your attack,
Mhm.
when you hit the attack, it is grappled.
Oh, okay.
And then it has
And-
to finally-
All right. Excellent.
Which more or less means it's either going to try to break free and waste its turn, which, as you guys saw, it doesn't have a lot that it can really do on a turn, or it will just sacrifice a little bit of HP every time because you will just have it
Mhm.
constricted already. Rosarius.
I'm still not sure if I should fireball or not. I mean, I do like my attack roll, but well, the problem is it has fucking magic resistance. That's why I wasn't doing it. I remember now.
I can
Yeah.
cause it to go a straight roll because I'm about to get my reaction on my turn anyway.
Well, it's already a straight roll. It has disadvantage on dexterity checks for being restrained.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just strength
Sure.
checks, not dexterity check. Oh,
It's
for
dexterity.
it's
For
right.
res-
You're
for
right.
restraint
Restraint gives you
condition.
disadvantage. Yeah. That is true. I think that's technically more damage. Let's do that. Yeah, Rosarius is going to summon his massive ice dragon and throw it over yonder behind it. And just hitting it that way.
Your lackadaisical language gives me room for pause, given the situation.
What?
You said the word yonder.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I'm trying to relax over here so I don't get hashtag stressed.
So does disadvantage stack the same way advantage does then?
No, so nothing,
not great at
nothing,
all.
nothing actually stacks. But if there is, I do conflicting
Well-
advantage and disadvantage. So
So
like,
if
if you have
Okay.
2 things that give advantage and 1 that gives disadvantage, you still
Well,
get your advantage.
Well, he's
So if I
he's
use my
asking-
reaction here to impose disadvantage on this thing's reflex save, or dexterity save, excuse me, it already has disadvantage from being grappled and advantage from its magic resistance. So if I impose disadvantage, will it save at disadvantage?
Yes.
Perfect. I will do that.
Okay. Oh. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Didn't
Fuck you,
matter.
bitch.
I mean, it still probably feels good to see that. Okay. 22. All right. Bonus action, Rosarius?
Sorry, that's actually 26.
Why? Oh,
Um,
dragon.
And the dragon cold affinity thing maneuver. And
Yeah,
plus
exactly.
my charisma modifier.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to look it up, but I'm just my bonus action to turn sorcery point
Spell
into
slot?
a third level spell slot. I think it's all 6, but I need to look.
I'll trust you to do the math. Oryx.
Time to wail on an ugly worm creature. And probably whip.
16 is a hit.
Nice. 12. And second
I just wait
attack.
to do all of your math at once. Yep.
Nice.
That is my attack action. As a bonus action, I'll do the spear attack. I'll do my offhand attack. There's another d6.
Okay.
9 more damage.
So we got 24 plus 9, 33. Okay.
And I will
Alright.
shift over a little bit to keep myself away from the skeleton.
Okay, skeletons.
And that's
Try to hit him with the smack move.
Mm-hmm.
Advantage 20 and advantage 21.
Alright.
11 slashing damage total.
Okay.
all right. See, I shouldn't have talked shit about the doxy. She's up 1 point of damage on the clergy.
I was in the back of my head. In the back of my head, I just thought, how fucked would it be if she just said, "All right, how do you do this?" and the fucking skeletons got the kill.
That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. I'd be fine with that.
Touche.
I'd be fine if any one of us got the kill. That sounds just lovely to me.
Sounds great.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
This is fine. Everybody's fine.
Right.
Moira's
mean,
just continuing to run.
Not the donkey
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna use the bonus
Not
action.
the
for this.
child that
Matthias
got
has
fucking
seen
murdered.
better days, but
I'm
Matthias has seen any day and will see no more. Matthias is toast.
Matthias is mulch.
I'm about
Um,
to fucking. I'm about
so I'm
to
just
go on
gonna
a
keep track
quest to get a
of
wish
my-
spell to bring his bitch back.
Off screen by just pinging it into hunt.
Sounds good.
And then I'm going to, with 30 feet off screen, I can still target it by 5 feet with chill touch. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna stand right here on the very edge
Nice.
of my range. I get advantage.
Uh-huh.
10 necrotic damage.
It's pretty good, actually.
And then I can't regain
They
hit
can't
points
regain hit
until
points.
the start of my next turn.
Mm-hmm. Alright. It's beginning to see what the real threats around are now. So it's going to, it's more or less had its head in the direction of Oryx after attacking the first time. Would you make a dex save for me?
Oh
this
no.
is
Nice.
gonna go real good.
Have you had your turn yet? Can you get this or give yourself advantage?
I have, and I will. Thank you for reminding me.
Remember when it rolled low and got 40 damage?
21. That would have been
Ah, it's a save. Okay. And hi. 51 is the total.
Halved?
Halved
Oh,
is 25.
I almost had a fucking hernia.
Whew.
Rolled a lot better.
All right. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, Razik.
Hmm. Give me a kiss, sibling.
Yes, that's a hit.
You. I hate that I love it.
I'm glad that no one can understand what he's saying.
It's awful.
Hi. It's looking pretty hurt now.
Man, you know what? It's a good thing I gave Panrin that superior healing potion.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Panrin.
Cerys, it's your turn. What if Doug was just like, I need to pick up a shift because I don't want to deal with whatever Sarah said she wanted to do.
I'm gonna go choke him just for leaving us with this bullshit. Alright. We're doing it big, we're doing it again. Chromatic Spear, 3rd level. Please don't let me down. God damn it, give me a
Hit.
crit, son of a bitch. 28 damage. Not
Okay.
doing super great.
It's above average.
I want it to crit so I can get 10 D8.
Okay. Oryx?
Good thing I get my reaction back. I will have a reaction with which to. Oh, never mind. My joke fell through, so I'm just gonna pick it in the face.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And second attack.
Not a hit. That's a miss.
I will go ahead and burn my second wind.
Okay. So we got 17. Right.
Woohoo! Rolled that 2.
Yeah, boy. That's what's up.
Skeletons. Yep.
I believe
Alright.
in you, Doxy.
Edging
Still
out
beating out by
first.
1 point of damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna move 5 feet left. Then go ahead and chill touch.
Okay, that's a hit.
Oh, I have advantage. Might as well check for crit. Oh, I did.
Hey!
Let me reroll
Yes.
the damage real quick.
Nice.
I'll let you have that. That's fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Oh,
That's it
also,
for me.
on my last turn, I sacked out at my first level spell slot for 4 points. By the way.
Alright, it's turn. Let's go. Razak. Let's attack Razak. Its head pivots around, and you just kind of you hear more or less just the like weird surprise betrayal. Like, you bit me, and then it's going to attack you with its tentacles.
Wait.
Oh
It actually
Disadvantage?
spoke?
no!
I had to do it before the roll.
Ah, fuck.
Um,
It was, well, he might survive because it hasn't hit him yet.
I mean, he'll survive, because he'll just go back to Druid form.
Well, but it does damage through oh. What is that?
53.
Fuck.
Do I need to make a saving throw or something? What am I doing here?
strength save for
Okay.
15. Okay, you're safe.
All right. Okay.
How are you looking? I assume you drop shape.
What was that? 53 points of damage
Yeah.
total? I'm still
Yeah.
a snake, baby.
Are you really?
Hell yeah!
What in the world?
Fucking eat him.
Okay,
I forgot
alright.
they have a lot of HP. I didn't think they had that much. I thought they had like 4.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Hoo-wee. Alright, Razak, your turn. That felt like first of all, it was incredibly painful.
Mm-hmm.
It also felt like it may have been trying to dig its claws in at the
Yeah.
very end.
Wow, I got a problem. Give me a second here.
What's the problem?
The problem is that it does damage, like you pointed out, it does damage through forms.
Well, no, only if you drop
Yeah.
the full backs. I thought you were gonna drop all the way through your form and just deal damage
No,
to
I
your person.
understand that.
It's close to
I'm
dropping.
thinking about the next turn,
Yeah,
Oh.
right?
which could be
is
pretty
that-
disastrous for him.
If it just did 53 points of damage to me in this turn, you can imagine I don't have many hit points left on this form. And I already took 20 points of damage on my previous form.
To be fair, it
Could you
did
drop and then
crit.
jump out?
Well, I could do a lot of things, and I'm trying to figure out which
Yeah,
of those
that's-
things I want to do.
While
Yeah.
you figure that out, I'm actually gonna go to the restroom real quick.
Okay?
I'm not really sure what my slots at this point.
Okay. I am going to drop my form. Still maintain concentration on the reduce spell, and I am going to use a charge of the Staff of Healing to mass cure wounds. It's actually 5 charges of the 10 that it has to mass cure wounds, and that's primarily me and Oryx, but I'll get the skeletons too.
Well,
Not
it
that
can't
they've
be
been
healed
hit at
by
all.
magic.
What's that?
It can't be healed by magic.
Okay, great. Then it'll just be me and Oryx, and that's what is that? That's 3d8. Where'd it go?
3d8 plus your wisdom.
3d8 plus 4. Okay.
Who'd we lose?
Adam
We lost Ted again. Or Adam, sorry.
So 24.
There you are.
24. Not bad at all. Holy fuck.
Yeah, 24 points of healing for Oryx and myself.
Not that I want to be the one to do this, but do you need to make a concentration check for?
Oh, I most certainly do.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
You could not have saved.
Okay.
half the damage would have been DC 27,
20.
26.
26. Yeah.
'Cause it's random. I'll go back to Hugh. Oh, he should have been doing less damage.
Oh yeah, you should have been subtracting a d4. That's a good point.
Okay.
But
Yep, you know.
I don't know if that's really enough to make a difference.
No,
Point.
you're definitely
It's
right,
something
but
to
it's
keep
also
track of in the future.
yeah. No, you're
Well,
absolutely
not
right, and
anymore.
I meant to keep track, but also it was a D4.
Sure is. Sure was.
Yeah, I apologize. For that, I will give who's taken damage.
I think just Oryx and Razik.
Yeah.
4 back to Oryx, 2 to Razik. We'll do that.
Okay.
Although the 2 for Razik don't even matter. It was when he did the snake.
Okay. Was there anything else for your turn, Razik?
No.
Okay. Mercenaries.
I'm still betting on crits over here. One more round for the fences. God fucking... I'm gonna burn inspiration on that.
Okay.
God fucking Christ.
It's a hit.
Hit at least.
Alright. Sorry, that's incorrect. 24.
Okay.
And stacking out another person's spell slot for 2 more points.
How do you finish it off?
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
I was about to ask, like a bloody at this
Alright.
point, or...
I was like, holy fuck.
That's what I was waiting on.
Alright.
It's bloodied. It's like, oh.
So as it's right
Thought I'd give you guys a little bit of agita for that one.
Yeah. As it's right around trying to grab Razik after he's shrunk down, as it leans back, Raceris throws it and impacts in its throat, severing several tentacles and slamming all the way into the back of its throat, question mark, whatever. You know, in its mouth. Explosion. Ice everywhere.
Mhm.
With a resounding, fuck you! Hey, that worked.
Okay. We're still in initiative.
Hmm.
So yeah, go ahead and sack out that spell slot. And he pokes his head out and says, "Is everyone alive?"
When you say poke your head out, you are, 60-some feet away.
Well, I was,
I'm just letting you know, like, that's a effortful move if you're trying to get out of the tree line.
I don't mean out of the tree, but I mean he was like ducking behind a tree and he was like pokes his head out, not literally
Okay.
runs out of the forest.
No, it's fine. I'm just... I need to know if you're staying where you are, because like I said, we are not out of initiative.
Currently, he's staying right where he is. His plan is to move up, but not right now.
Okay. All right. Oryx.
Razik, are you still hurt?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Felt better. Activate the Issei Frost Rune and increase my strength for 10 minutes. And I will take my action. I will ready an action to attack. Yeah, attack anything that I can. Anything that sort of I can see threatening, and I will move closer to the road, sort of where it came out of the rock.
Okay. Now that the threat's gone, Moira, what do you tell the skeletons to do?
They're already near the cart, so I'll just have them stay where they are. And then I am going to very cautiously return at the speed of 30 feet at a time.
Okay.
By
Razik?
cautiously, I mean I'm kind of looking around because I don't think Moira's entirely convinced that the telekinesis that she was under the effect of was the worm. And there's no way for her to verify that until she gets to the body. So she'll be like walking back at a normal pace, just kind of scanning the trees.
Yeah, fair enough. Razik?
Okay, for my action, I am going to. Well, I'm going to take my bonus action first. I'm going to cast Healing Spirit at level 3 and drop good old Fatty right on top of Oryx.
Okay.
And then for my action, I am going to put a palm on the ground and put an ear on the ground and see if I can sense any more rumbling.
Alright, make me a perception check.
Fantastic.
There is suspiciously nothing.
Awesome.
In fact, it's more eerie. It's more eerie quiet than anything.
I don't think the threat's over.
And then, nearly as soon as you stand up, Razik, from your crouched position, I need you and the other skeleton, the one to the south, to make intelligence saving throws.
Not my boys. 6.
Right.
If you kill all my skeletons, I swear. That's the one of the two I like more.
My favorite two are dead, but of the two remaining,
So Razik saves, and naturally the skeleton does not. There is to everyone else there is nothing that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But to Razik and the skeleton, there is just again this like rattling within your skull, and it makes you feel like your brain might be turning to soup. You will take 10 damage. The skeleton takes 21 psychic damage. I don't remember. Why am I thinking skeletons are immune to that?
It instantly dies.
Yeah.
They used to be.
I think constructs are.
And
Skeletons are spirits.
I need to make a con save to see if my healing spirit stays up.
yep.
A bunch of psychic damage specify that they don't affect undead.
And it does not.
All right. Here, healing spirit vanishes as a figure with similarly
Unclear.
tentacled and
Son of a
similarly
bitch.
mucused drifts from the hole that was left by the burrowing worm creature. Clawed hands to either side, looking rather pleased with itself.
It's a vehicle.
Uh,
It's a bio
just so I'm
vehicle.
clear, the 9 healing from the healing spirit went off immediately, or no?
Yes,
Mhm.
when it appears, and also every time you enter.
okay, Rosaris, you're up.
Sit. I'm assuming I didn't see it doing anything technically right now, correct?
Just appearing.
Okay. I'm feeling. Oh well, he's not under the effect of the fucking fairy fire, is he?
Nope.
Oh, I have shooting stars. Where is it? Not the spheres. I'm going to. I feel like it's perfectly reasonable for him to attack in this situation. I'm gonna go ahead and shooting stars him with 3 charges.
Okay. Dex, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, come on. Come on. Click the thing. Okay. Okay, well, it's gonna pop up a few different times. Okay, it's just the 19. Oh god.
Okay, so a total of 43, so 21. 20, yeah, 21.
Ted, were you gonna say something?
No, sorry.
Okay.
Can we talk briefly about how this isn't even like the standard flavor of Mind Flayer? He's like a wizard or something, based on his name and nothing else.
Chrysaris just shouts, you murderous bastard, or something along those lines.
Can I take an action to try and see if I can figure out what the fuck that thing is?
No, I don't. You have to wait till your turn, but I don't make that an act.
Dope.
Yeah.
I want to do it later.
Yeah. Alrex's turn.
I was about to ask if I was at all familiar with what these are.
Go ahead, and I will allow... No, this has to be history. This has to be history.
Why wouldn't it also be Arcana?
Well, my brain was between history and nature, but but Arcana is a good point. So
Yeah.
Arcana's
Arcana
also
is stated in the PHB to cover basically knowledge of any non-natural creature.
all right.
Also,
No, that checks out. It was my brain said nature, but it was definitely not.
Not nature, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, because of a fluke of misunderstanding on my part, I speak this thing's language.
That's right, you do.
Oh god.
Oryx does not know that. I, Ted, know that. Because of my Uvar rune, however, I do have advantage on Arcana checks.
Hey. Ooh. Okay. First of all, you know what this creature is. I mean, Ted knows it's a mind flayer. But this thing is not behaving in the way that mind flayers typically operate. 1, it is above ground. 2, it appears alone. 3, it is with a creature that you have never seen before and do not really understand yet.
I do understand that it needs to die, or at the very least, that it is attacking us. So. Unfortunately, I do not get pack tactics, and I also do not get fairy fire, so these attacks are at disadvantage. Skelly boy, get in here. That's still a 24 to hit.
Oh my god.
Well, if it's stupid and it works, I guess.
And only an 11.
That one does not hit.
Clergyman, we need to revenge the doxy.
Bonus action.
And I'm out of other things to do with bonus actions, so we're just down to attacking him.
All right.
And another 11 will be a miss.
Yeah.
Nice, David. Rip.
Okay.
I know,
Skeleton.
right? That would have been another D6 on top of that, too.
All right.
Skeleton.
Skeleton is. Let me check the actual wording on the skeletons real quick, because I think by the nature of spell.
Well, it says they defend themselves against attackers. They technically mind blasted them, I think.
It mind blasted the other one.
Oh, they.
Um, it's a mental command, but it's only while I'm within 60 feet, so it's going to stand there doing nothing.
Okay.
Sad to say.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is turn around and jog back the 30 feet I just traveled. Because the. Okay. Let me do a brief recap of the visuals of this situation. One of my
Yes.
skeletons collapses for reasons beyond my understanding. A creature crawls out of the other creature we're just fighting, and then Oryx starts trying to hit it. So
Yes.
I'm gonna back up a little bit. I'm
And
gonna
even
try to hit
more
it as well.
Even more tentacles appear.
I'm trying to decide if Oryx being in your way would be an issue.
Well, it's technically a melee attack.
I'll let you go. I'll let it go.
Or is it a...
It's not. It's a ranged attack.
Oh, it is a...
Yeah.
I know what I was thinking of.
There's
one that's like...
shock and grasp.
I can't remember.
But a 19 hits. Okay. All right, this thing's not looking too great.
I would say at best, Oryx would probably give him like half cover. I don't know if that would make the difference.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Okay, Razik.
All right. I will jump back into the giant constrictor snake form and roll up this way and try and give him a big old hug.
That's a miss.
Yep. And that's it.
Okay. This will be fun. Let's see. Oh, can I get?
Rip.
Oh, sweet. Cool. I need Razik and Oryx. Well, first of all, you see this thing kind of drift to the ground, so it's on the ground for sure. And then Oryx and Razik need to make a wisdom saving throw.
I will use my reaction to give myself advantage.
Oh! Okay. Is it the 12? No, no, that's the
It's the
15. Yep, okay, yep. For some reason, I thought that was Razik's roll. Oryx, you are under the effect of the confusion spell.
Oh, good times.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
You
Wonderful.
Cannot take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of your turns to determine your behavior for that turn. You can move in a random direction. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's
Fun.
see. There we go. We'll just get that out there. Osiris.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend another point on my ring to Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Fuck you,
Alright.
bastard. It's glowing blue. Get 'em, boys!
Okay. That it for you?
Yep.
Okay. Oryx.
I think I just stand there. Don't move or take actions this turn.
Yep. Skeletons. Skeleton.
Still standing there. You can probably just remove it from turn order. Until it is attacked, it will not do anything.
Okay.
At the end of each of its turns, I can make a saving throw.
Okay, go for it. Okay.
Damn dog.
Oh wait, Moira, sorry.
Yeah, I don't get to play more, guys. The Mind Flayer is gonna go after me. It's out of order. Based on the initiative right now, the Mind Flayer is out of order.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Chill touch, baby. With advantage, 17.
I love that Moira loses initiative ties to her skeletons.
Yeah. Moira's very good at combat and was designed for combat and is really good at combat and likes to fight. And doesn't prefer to use illusions to get out of combat, but has been completely unable to do so since joining the party.
17 hits.
Alright. Let's see, baby. Which is why I spend most combats just sitting over here throwing cantrips. 5! Oh, Christ!
Fuck!
5
Can't regain hit points! That's what we're focusing on here.
Alright. It's helping. TM.
That's more than I did this turn.
That's true. Alright.
Viserys?
That's it.
Viserys is going to transfer all of those sorcery points I just made from stacking out on my level 1 spell slots into a level 3 spell slot, and throw a dragon made of ice at his face again. Over yonder, as I like to say.
You can't throw that in a way that doesn't hit your friends.
Let's see.
You're welcome.
'Cause
You're
I
welcome
am
to. But
directly next to.
yeah.
Oh, right, I forgot that. I was still thinking about this guy. I forgot. I could hit the skeleton, but that's. I think if I put it there, no, it still hits orc. Damn it!
If you put one over, it'll hit the thing and not.
No, I think it's because of the way it's measuring corners. There's nowhere for me to put it.
No, because you're just putting it in a weird spot. If you just put it right here. Yeah. See?
Yeah, that would destroy the skeleton. Sacrifice must be made. He's not doing anything anyway. I'm very sorry. I'll get you some more skeletons to turn into things for you.
That's right.
And there we go. 29 damage.
That's not terrible.
How intact is Matthias' skeleton?
It's
No!
basically glue.
Okay. Just curious.
Fuck's sake. So 29, so 14.
Okay. Okay. Oryx. D10?
Can he make? Is that concentration for him?
I whisper roll the concentration.
Gotcha.
9.
And I'm on my own.
You can
Oh,
act and move normally.
Put this bitch in the ground. Do
You
it.
fail the save for fairy fire or no? I don't remember.
Yes.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I should have just thrown it at him. I don't know why I did that.
he is. I'm starting off with the war pig twice.
Uh-huh.
You also have the +2 strength right now as well, right?
Yes. So that's actually another damage on each of those.
12 plus 19, 31.
I like that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, that's it. That's all I got. Well, no, I got a bonus action to kind of just pick him up.
Shake him.
If I had the ability to do it with a bonus action, I would totally grapple him, but I don't because that has to be part of an attack.
Tavern brawler, bro.
I want to pop his head so badly.
I mean, I think you can do that with a war pick, technically. Like hitting a balloon with a needle.
There you go. Just the first hit kind of stuns him, and then the second hit is just a baseball swing.
Ding!
Fucking fantastic.
This thing is clobbered to death.
God, can we not keep the fucking brain intact, guys?
It is intact. It's just somewhere over there.
A little blunt force trauma never ruined anything. Viserys wanders out of the woods, sort of like tiredly and like moving back and forth very slowly. Are they fucking dead?
Oryx immediately shrinks. That was my last round of Giant Might for this.
Yep.
For that use.
Jeebus.
Okay, yeah, I burned through a lot of magic on that one. Oh, that hurts.
They played it real fucking fast and loose there, guys.
Yeah, so what do you say we go back and collect a reward, tell the guards we had a change of heart, we went to deal with their problem? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Before we go anywhere, how's everyone feeling?
Just
Bert,
gotta-
and then Viserys stops right here and just goes, "Oh god," and he's just staring at the puddle.
I'm gonna survey the damage. Does our cart look intact?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's basically everything in there just mulch.
Yeah.
Just gross mulch. Did any?
I
of
was
the
hoping
farmers survive?
it would miss part of it. But
What did we even have in there that's gone now?
I think food.
Yeah, most of our supplies. In fact, all of our supplies.
Oh god, no, guys. Panrin was in the wagon.
He comes back next session. He just like walks out of the woods, like munching on an apple. What happened, guys?
He was
We're all
just
just like,
in the other. No.
If Panrin was in the cart, what does his skeleton look like?
I mean, you guys know my rules. Players not here, they don't get killed.
Okay, alright. So, accounting for
Everybody else's
everything,
head ringing.
we still have, looks like 2 sets of half plate and whatever else I had on those 2 skeletons that didn't get melted. And, nothing else.
"Yep, that sounds about right." And
Nothing else survived.
Viserys sort of just like sighs defeatedly and takes off his completely destroyed jacket, if not completely destroyed, if not completely destroyed jacket, and just sort of huffs.
So,
God fucking damn it.
what do we have for the child? Anything?
Yeah, Viserys looks over everything, but I highly doubt there's anything there, just because I don't... he turns away, looking like he's about to vomit.
Alex Razik?
Razic will
Oryx
approach.
will-
What do you want me to do with the remains of the child?
Well, in an ideal world, I would like you to not make them remains anymore, but I'm not sure if you have the capability to do that.
Somebody tell me we have a lock of hair, for crying out loud.
No, there most definitely remains. And maybe we'll stay that way.
Okay. I don't know if he was religious or how he'd want to be buried. He was kind of young to think about that kind of thing. So, I mean, she looks down to the pile. Can we, like, collect it to put it in a graveyard or something?
Yeah.
He was
Would
a
that
high elf,
involve
correct?
a jar of some kind?
Yeah.
Well, it's better than nothing.
He was a high elf, correct?
Yes, it seemed that way. He was an elf of some kind,
Mm.
of some flavor or fashion.
Well, I was Cyrus might have some idea of what wood elf burial rites might be like, but I don't think he would know anything about high elf burial rites.
I mean, we can
I
probably...
don't even know that with bringing you would know a lot about elven, like, wood elf culture in the first place.
Do I? Would I know anything about, like, what would be proper to do with him just based on his race?
Make a religion check. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in basics, as an elf, he needs some sort of sending off to Neuralis, which can be,
For reincarnation?
yeah, which could be reasonably done.
Can I manage that here with the resources I have?
Do you have the priest's pack? What pack do you have?
Yes, I do.
Then yes.
Great. I'm gonna have to burn through some of my incense to make this happen.
Yeah.
Great. I have not found any use for it so far. So.
You're welcome.
Great. So I'm gonna set up a ritual over here. How long does this process take?
Do you
Say an
want us
hour?
To,
Like an
to
hour?
dig a hole first,
Yeah.
Moira?
I'm just gonna go ahead and notify my party that I'm gonna be here for like an hour.
Arx volunteered to dig a hole, a grave.
Oh, no, that won't be entirely necessary. It's less about the body and more about the spirit.
Well, her point still stands of there being a puddle of goo in the road now.
This is a good point. So I'm going to go ahead and... Would moving the body interrupt this process in any way?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, great. Then you're welcome to it. You know, keeping the roads clean or whatever.
One moment, please. Moira, are you injured at all?
No, I'm actually quite fine. I didn't see a single injury in that combat.
Okay, well, with Ares and Oryx, perhaps you should wait a minute. And
I'm fine. The brief time that Fatty was here.
oh, lovely. Well then, with Ares, you're not looking so well. I'm not.
I'll help
Receres-
Moira with the boy.
Receres has large acid burns down the whole right side of his
Right.
body.
And so that's what 10d6 for the.
Mm-hmm.
So waves are the way to get you.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm at full. Receres spends that minute praying to whoever will listen. That's the wrong thing. God damn it. I accidentally made my AC 50 there instead of my health. I wish, am I right? I wish, am I right?
I mean, found
Okay,
it accuracy, you would literally never get hit.
Okay. So Arx, I sent you information about the Illithid because you rolled a 20 on the Arcana.
I was also planning on
Yeah,
taking over these bad boys.
yeah, go for it. Well, you're taking. Oh, sorry, there it is.
There it is. If it's
Yes, so I
if
can
it's a
wait.
history check, Receres will be looking over it with Moira to give her advantage.
It'll
Or
be now.
Arcana.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
after that, yeah.
I don't know what everyone else is doing while I'm sitting there for an hour humming.
While any of that's going on, I'm gonna try and
Oryx
take a
will
short
help
rest.
with,
Okay, short rest.
with the
Arx is what?
digging and all that. I'm helping Moira as much as I can, like getting
Okay.
the boy out of the road, putting him where it needs him for the start.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, I will give. Short rest to those who are taking rest. And I mean, you're welcome to continue doing a short rest after you finish this funerary rite.
I'm assuming she won't need me for the entire hour.
No, I also don't need you at all, and I made that pretty clear. You're just cleaning
Well-
out the road at this point, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. Then I will grab that short rest.
Okay. So what happens during that short rest, Oryx? Do you share any information with anyone not preoccupied?
Yes.
Okay.
The fact that he was casting spells and riding one of these things makes a pretty good argument for him being an outcast, which would be why we'd only see one.
You're welcome to share as much of the information I sent you as you want, because some of that is a little specific.
I don't know how much Moira is going to discover on her own, so
Okay, if that's the case, we'll just have have that hour and then make the history or arcana check. Okay.
yeah, she knows what I know.
I'm
With
just gonna,
advantage, Moira.
because I typed it out and everything, I'm just gonna paste it to
Apparently,
you.
I'm being given advantage. That does not help.
I am proficient, but not like that.
Studying arcane magic gets mind flayers tossed out of the hive mind. It breaks the bond, and then they go insane.
Chill out.
Ruff, ruff.
That sounds like a person making dog noise.
It does.
That sounds like a dog to me.
Chill out. All right.
So Arx makes a point of mentioning that this thing was casting magic, not just using psionic power, and that is abnormal.
Did I see him cast magic? What did I see? Oh, he used confusion on me.
That's true. That's not a psionic spell.
Weirdly enough. Eurysayers nods and says, "Well, I didn't see the confusion go off, obviously.
You
But
did see me just stand there for a little minute.
well, yeah, I meant Eurysayers would say, you can't see spell confusion go off really because it doesn't have a physical effect normally. But yeah, casting arcane magic. Yeah, if that would make him an outcast, he's probably one of a kind, which is probably why he has this giant thing as a mount. Also, probably one of a kind. Locally, anyway.
So, yes, okay. This is less of a problem than I thought it might have been. It still is kind of a problem. On the other hand, we did solve it. So, all in day's work, I guess? I mean, he killed the child, but the damage could have been a lot greater. All things considered.
Your troop is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a replenishable resource. I'm more upset about the equipment I gave them than them themselves. I paid good money for those masks.
I'm a little bit more worried about the child's death.
Yes, I
Personally.
am also. Well, he'll be returned to the cycle. He'll be fine. How much of this thing do you think we have to lug around with us to collect a bounty for it? Probably its head, right?
Yeah, I imagine a head, tentacles maybe might be enough.
We're gonna walk 2 days back from where we came to collect a bounty on it.
Has it
I was
been-
planning on just continuing walking, or what? Like,
I would say you have been able to find an outpost about a day's travel everywhere you've gone.
okay, great. On top of that, about how far away are we from Waterdeep? Like 8 days?
Let me just. Yeah, you have 8 more days.
That's
Yep.
what I thought. Okay. Yeah, and yeah, okay. We added a couple days on there, right?
Yeah, you are currently on day 13 from Lork.
Yeah. So instead of
yeah.
19, it's gonna take 24.
Mm,
20 should be 20.
I also have 16 days until Waterdeep from Lork. Did I get that one wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
You're estimating that we're traveling a lot slower than we should be.
Well, I said 16, you said 19.
Oh, from Lork.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should be 19 ish,
Yeah.
and we added days on top of that.
Yeah. Okay. Day 13 of... And you have gone... Okay. Alright. Alright. We're good. I've got it set correctly now.
Right. So we are about 8 days out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, she says, well, we've got the human refrigerator. It'll keep for 8 days while you walk to Waterdeep.
That is technically true, yes.
My only
Okay.
question is, these creatures, the big ones,
Mhm.
are also dangerous and might not be common enough to actually have a bounty on them, but if they do, it's probably big. So, what would we think would be the most easily identifiable part of it? That would prove that we killed it and not just anything else. Handful of tentacles, maybe?
I do believe
The
tentacles
head
and some
and
teeth.
like the
Yeah.
top 2 feet or so.
How big is that mouth that the tentacles shoot out of?
It was big enough to try to attempt to swallow a giant snake.
And
Also
orcs.
giant orcs.
Yeah.
So large, at least.
Yeah. Then the head is what? That would make it like 10 feet across or something.
If I carve out the whole jaw and break it into 4 pieces that I can not reassemble as one whole thing, but I can lay out and show that it's one whole jaw. Can I carry those 4 pieces, or can somebody carry those 4 pieces with us? Will that make it small enough that we can carry it?
Yes. Yes.
All right, Razik's going to try and do that. He's going to climb up there and get gross.
All right. Roll survival.
Nice.
Oh no.
I slide in.
No. Phrasing. No.
It's
No.
it's acidic in here. Even I mean, as natural stomachs are. But this is still very dangerous.
Mhm.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna say, because of what you said,
Mhm.
we're not gonna worry about like destroying the thing as you're trying to cut it apart,
Mhm.
but you are going to take a 16 acid damage, which is still a
Mhm.
half of the possible dice to roll that one.
All right, I like it. I will climb down and just sort of dump all the things on the ground, and then just explain. Someone should probably try and wash those before you touch them.
I cleaned them off with prestidigitation.
Okay. Yeah, it was a little too late. Right. If I was smarter, I would have cast Protection Energy. Although actually I don't have spell slots, but that's I have to sack out like 2 more spell slots just to cast it on you. I don't know.
Okay.
Never mind. Sorry, I keep having cool ideas and they don't work out.
All right. What do you guys do next? Do you move on? Do you go back towards one of the other outposts? What do you
What
do?
time is it?
Early. Well, not early morning, but mid-morning.
Let's just keep walking.
So my question was, are we taking the whole thing to Waterdeep to attempt to turn in a bounty on it, or are we gonna whatever with the guards and see
Take
if
it to
they'll
the
interest?
guards, I would think.
What? What's the
Because the
second
guards
one?
were the one who asked
Hold on.
us about it. Did you want to? Are we taking this all the way to Waterdeep, or are we just turning it in with the next guards we find?
I mean, we're gonna try and pawn it off on the guards if they can pay us a bounty, but chances are we're probably gonna have to go to a law office of some kind.
Probably.
Okay. I'll say you can, you travel on the road and until you find another outpost. And I assume you try to present these, yes?
We should probably field the question of if we can collect bounties here or not.
Okay.
Before we go flashing monster parts.
Okay. Yeah, Rosaris will walk up ahead of the rest of the group again and say, good day, gentlemen. Here my paperwork. I just wanted to ask you a quick question. He's just like totally ignoring any questions they're asking him. I just want to ask you a quick question. If we found like a big monster or whatever that we took care of on the road that was harassing travelers, would we be able to turn in a bounty here, or that's somewhere we'd have to go somewhere else for?
They tell you no, and they seem confused. What monster on the road has been harassed? Nothing's been on the road. What are you talking about?
Were the tentacle things on the road? I thought they were in like a village or something.
Well.
I mean, Rosaris wasn't being honest. Not entirely honest. Can I make an insight check and see if they're lying to me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Not great.
They seem mostly just confused about what you're even asking. And you're also coming at them pretty fast and hard. They're confused.
Yeah. Rosaris says, some of the other guards mentioned that there was a problem going on with like a village or whatever. That's what.
The disappearances at Zix? Is that
Never caught the name, but that sounds right down the road a little ways. Back to the game.
Yeah. There's this outpost of Dragonborn that has had some people go missing. That they keep coming to the road asking people to help them, but
were they offering a reward?
It sound to the guards, but I mean we're all posted, so.
I mean, what was the reward? If you don't mind me asking,
Oh yeah, let me find out. Oh god damn it. Treasures up to treasures worth up to 2,500 gold.
Sarah nods and says, "Oh, well, that's pretty immeasurable, yeah." Flashing monster. God damn it! Sorry, I just read the flashing monster parts joke. Rosaris goes, "Oh yeah, that's pretty miserable. Yeah, we might have to take them up on that." Anyway, thank you, gentlemen, for your time and your patience. Appreciate it. I don't think there's anything else I need to ask you. Thank you. Appreciate it, gentlemen. He just walks away.
Okay.
Leave no time for questions.
And then what?
Rosaris goes back to the group and says, "So it turns out that the group that was suffering these disappearances with the snakes what was the settlement name? I'm sorry, my brain fried.
Zix. It's
Zix?
XIX.
XIX. Zix is an outpost of Dragonborn that were suffering disappearances and were offering rewards of valuables up to 2,500 gold pieces.
I know I heard about Zix when we were in Secomber.
Didn't we hear about it
Rezik
from
didn't
Rezik?
Mirik
Yes.
say something?
Yes, Merrick said that the Dragonborn there were very kind, but that you needed to be accompanied by a Dragonborn to get into the city.
Well, I think if we bring them, the head of the thing that's been making people disappear, they'll make us a slight exception.
Okay, two things. One, did you actually ask the question you went over to there to ask, or did you just get talked at about disappearances?
No, they cannot cash out bounties here. If that's what you're referring to.
Okay, great. Second thing, we don't have any proof, and actually no reason to believe, other than the fact that it was mentioned that they had a snake problem, that this was their problem in the first place.
I mean, this is technically fair. I mean,
Okay.
I'm
So-
just saying. If we might be able to get something out of it at Waterdeep, but at the very least, we can probably sell the parts to the collector, if literally nothing else. But
I know we're sort of in the brainstorming phase of this, but from what it sounds like, you're suggesting we go to a city we can't get into without an escort that we don't have, to try and help people in a settlement, which I assume is not very rich, to take their money?
it's not taking their money if they're offering a bounty.
I mean, it's not exactly heroes' work to bleed dry a small community.
We don't know it's bleeding them dry. Not that I need the money, but as you say, we don't know what their resources are.
Yeah, and
It's 2,500 gold pieces. That's not an insignificant sum.
maybe they don't have. Maybe they have not an insignificant amount of gold.
It's a place described as a settlement. Why would they be rich?
Well, it was described as an outpost. They were also mentioned as, dragonborn. So it's, I don't know, not to dragon stereotype here or anything, but
Are you implying that Dragonborn have hordes?
no, I'm not. But you get the fucking joke. Stop ruining the joke. No fun. Mercedes is trying to be lighthearted.
Okay, so what?
A child died. Sorry.
What the fuck do you want me to do about that? I don't have the unmeet spell.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Somebody turned him to goop. Okay?
I'm trying to.
Instead of
I
just
have to
telling me
laugh so that I don't cry. Okay, I have to
don't-
laugh so I don't.
I don't think
cry.
any of you would have cried over Matthias. It's fine.
I mean, I feel like Moira put in some effort with it, so.
I'm already upset, but she'll keep that to herself.
Cool. More emotional stonewalling. I'm so
Fucking
happy.
love it.
I mean, like, until there's, like, an open conversation. I'm not saying it's like she's gonna bottle it up or anything. It's just, we have shit to do.
Yeah.
It's just gonna
I'm a
be,
tumor,
we're
I'm
gonna
a
put our
tumor.
fucking big girl pants on until we get to where we're going, and then maybe have, like, an honest conversation about it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so in lieu of that, are we going to continue to Waterdeep in the hopes that? I mean, either way, it's a gamble. We either continue to Waterdeep and hope that someone there will pay us for it, or we go back and hope that that's actually the thing that they were talking about.
I mean, so, how far away is it? Do you know
I'm
where
actually-
it is? Did you
I'm
ask
actu-
questions about it this time?
I'm actually not clear as to how far we traveled until we ran into the thing.
It was 2 days after the first outpost. So
Um,
some 40 miles.
Did not ask specifically, but I would presume about 40 miles.
That was the I don't think he told you how far it was from the outpost, but that's how far you guys are from the first outpost that you encountered.
Mercedes would say about 40 miles.
All right.
Okay, so you want to take a 2-day detour, possibly more if we have to walk off the road.
I
I'm not
believe
saying that I want to. I'm fielding suggestions right now.
So generally, when you suggest something to the group, it means you want to do it. Yes.
Not always.
Okay, so you don't want to do it then.
I'm pretty neutral about it, honestly.
Then why are we having this conversation?
Arix and Razik both were about to say something.
Yes.
I believe Merrick described the city of Zix as being ways northeast of Daggerford.
I thought it was something that should be fielded to the group. Sorry, please continue, Tom.
No, I was gonna say, I'm trying to remember what pressing business we have in Waterdeep now. We were headed there to take Matthias, but Matthias will not be finishing that journey. Was there something else we still needed to do in Waterdeep?
Needs a pretty strong word. I do have, my people are there. And I mean, like, all of my people. My friends, my family, my organization.
Of course, we get that.
And there was also the intention of finding somebody out there.
Yeah, finding Faye. Do I understand correctly that the bounty being offered by Zix is to assist them in either finding or solving the problem of their lost city members?
It would sound that way, yes. It sounds more like an investigative type work.
And I believe Moira has asked this question, but I do not know that I've heard an answer. What exactly are we going to tell them we have?
Rosarius kind of just like shrugs and he's like, we told them we have the giant snake thing that attacked us on the road. Or we can just be a little less honest about it and say that we heard about their plight and we looked into it and we found the thing. I mean, the whole point was that something was brought up to me that I thought maybe would pique the group's interest. If you guys hate the idea, we don't have to do it. I'm not your boss, although I may pretend to be to the guards because that gets my point across better, but I don't care.
Well, it sounds to me like the decision to be made is whether or not we are going to help Zix.
That's correct.
Regardless of whether or not this
We
worm
Yeah.
was the entity that took their people. If we're going to walk the 3.5, 4 days back to Zix, before we do that, we should probably decide once we get there if we're going to undertake solving this bounty, regardless of what they ask.
We also need to consider that apparently we need an escort to get in.
I'm sure that once we get close, there will be Dragonport outside of the city that we can communicate with.
I think there's 3 of us here who have enough scales to talk to some Dragonborn. I presume if we told them we're there to solve their problem, it's not exactly going to be super difficult about letting us into the city. If we are deciding to go do that. I don't think getting into the city is exactly going to be hard.
We're talking about a settlement of people who have moved away from every major city on the coast to live in their own secluded racial community, who only allow outsiders if they're let in by someone of their race. I think they might be a bit more difficult than you're making it out to be.
Then why were they asking all the guards on the road to take care of their problem for them? I think
Because
they're a
they're...
little desperate.
Oh, that's a good point. They're pretty desperate, must be.
Yeah.
And they were friendly to Merrick. She had nice things to say about them.
Okay.
You make it sound odd that a race would want a town of its own people, but like
I don't
most
mean
of the
to
towns
imply-
here were founded by your people, so
I don't mean to
Call them.
imply... I don't mean to imply that. It's weird, just that there might be some xenophobia for one of us at least here in entering this establishment that I'm not entirely comfortable shouldering.
I think that when you're the one who feels xenophobia, we should all be concerned about it.
No, I guess not. She looks kind of hurt.
Well,
Do-
I think it's a waste of time. I don't understand why we are backtracking, but then again, I do not value gold the way the rest of you do, and I do not feel the need to protect other communities the way that you people do. So, I will do what the group decides.
To clarify, Sarah, when they said items worth 25,000 gold, did they mean magic items or like candelabras and shit made of gold?
They said treasures.
Treasures. Okay. So nothing specific.
Yeah.
I mean that is something. I mean they were not clear, probably intentionally, but it could be magic items as well, which could be something that would help us out later with another problem of this caliber. Then again, if we get to Waterdeep, we might procure more money and make procuring magic items there far easier as well. So.
We have at least one sizably valuable item in our possession.
Yes, it's a good point.
Which I
We're
am
gonna-
antsy to flog before it gets melted.
What?
We were just attacked by a giant creature who mulched a majority of our things.
Aren't the books immune to damage? Like artifacts, aren't they?
Yeah, but she's talking about potential for another thing like that to come and take
kill
everything else
us.
you have.
Okay, got it. Sorry. I must have misheard a word somewhere. Or serious not. I mean, it kind of, considering that the Dragonborn were kind to Razik's people, and have been seeking help outside. I don't think it's God, that is loud. I personally would like to help them, but if the group is rather moved towards Waterdeep, then let's do that.
I
If
would.
the things we've killed were what were plaguing their settlement to begin with, then we've already helped them, and they shouldn't run into any more disappearances. If we want to make for Waterdeep, we can probably save time by not dragging this. How heavy is what we're dragging? I sort of zoned out when Razik was chopping it into pieces.
Relatively light, right?
Yeah, I would say that Oryx can carry 2, maybe 3 pieces, and then the last one could be carried by one person.
Okay.
Razik drops the piece he's carrying.
If we're going to bring these things with us to Waterdeep, then I mean, do we need them if we're heading to Waterdeep?
They might be valuable in Waterdeep, either to a collector or someone might be willing to pay a bounty for killing such a surface creature that was being piloted by an elephant.
Possibly
Right.
both.
Razik picks up the piece he was carrying.
Possibly both. Thank you, Razik. Appreciate it.
Generally, when you present proof of a kill, you don't need to hand it over. So we could probably try and collect a bounty, and then even if it's accepted, we could try and flog it for parts. Not sure how concerned we collectively are with making the most money off this transaction now. I just thought it would be sort of a nice recompense for the fact that it killed our friend.
Yeah, that is
Hmm.
something I have
Oh,
considered.
Spain.
Did you say I'll miss Panarin?
Yes.
God damn it. All right, it's Kanan. We all think Panrin died. He's gonna show back up, and we're gonna be super happy to see him next time. I'm not exactly eager to make money off of others' misfortune, but we did give up quite a bit for what we did. And if it winds up being that that's not what caused the problem, then we don't have to help them at that point. We can just walk out and leave if we want. I mean,
Which
don't
settlement
think
is closer?
if this is the hint that you're bringing to this conversation, I don't think I'm going to be convinced to go to visit Zix.
I think it's which is closer. I think that might be.
I believe Zix is closer,
That
based
would at
on the
least allow
information
us
that
to.
Merrick has said.
Zix is supposedly, according to Viserys, a couple days' journey. Waterdeep is 8.
We could go to Zix and restock, or we could push for Waterdeep.
Thanks to Razzik's talents, we don't need to restock.
I meant like a cart and things.
We don't have any things to carry in a cart anymore.
But we would have 8 days towards Waterdeep to find things. There's 8 days between us and Waterdeep, yes.
yeah.
I mean, there's also multiple cities between us and Waterdeep. Yes?
I don't know. This is not my town. It's not my area.
We should run into multiple villages on the way there. Along the trade road.
Sarah says, what did we have to lose by going to 6? We may lose a couple days travel. I mean, not like we're on a time crunch. We're not gonna miss any deadlines.
We also lose the safety of the trade road.
Viserys looks around and says, yes, I feel very safe right now.
If the snake was on the safe part of the road, I don't want to see what's not on the safe part of the road.
It was probably on the safe part of the road because that's where the hunting was easiest.
Probably.
Seems likely.
Inviting more trouble isn't going to fix that.
I mean, this is technically true, but I mean, I don't see any negatives to going to 6. That's my personal stance. I don't know if you want to put it to a vote or what. But...
Razik, some of your people are in Zix. Do you have any desire to see them?
They haven't been my people for many, many moons. I'm with my people.
Viserys gives a slight smile. Well, should we take an official vote?
You are welcome to.
I feel like we're gonna wind up on a 2-2 here. Viserys raises his hand and says, well, that's one vote for 26.
This is generally not how votes are held.
Yeah, well, we're not exactly generally in a place where votes are held.
All for Zix. Aye or nay?
I
Nay.
God
I
damn it.
imagine the fucking two of us look at Oryx and
Actually, I
And
fully
Razzik.
see us like eye contact between the two of you.
Myra is making daggers at Viserys.
Yeah, like this is
Oh.
this is yeah, this is
Viserys meets it. Yeah, no, he meets it. Not daggers. He's just calm and collected, just staring back at her.
Yeah, her patience has been wearing thinner and thinner the longest conversation goes, and to the point where she is now sour.
Razik, any thoughts?
Well, the only convincing argument I have heard that would send us in the direction of Zix is if we need to resupply. I think. Go ahead, Arx.
I would say which I think we've come to the conclusion is not really strictly necessary.
Right.
Does
And
Goodberry replace water, by the way?
Hmm?
Does
What?
Goodberry
Does
take care
not.
of water as well?
It does not, but one of us is a cleric.
Okay. Have create water prepared?
I can ready it tomorrow morning.
in addition, whatever supplies we might need, Moira has suggested that there are settlements on the way to Waterdeep. So it sounds like there's no convincing reason that we should go to Zix.
That is how I feel.
I mean, arguably, there wasn't really a convincing reason for us to, save Lork.
Which is what I argued when we were in Lork.
That is accurate, yes. He was very vocal about that.
I would say saving intelligent creatures from oppression and slaughter under horrible things is always worth doing, but
I would agree. I think we are collectively, save perhaps maybe me, not well suited for the type of work that we have for us in Zix, and I don't feel like I would be particularly welcome there. I don't want to be in a situation where I am the only voice of reason and I will not be listened to, and I don't want to go 3 days out of my way in both directions to find out that that is the case, even if it won't be. This is gearing up to be an incredibly frustrating journey after an already pretty bad day.
I disagree that you think that no one will listen to you there, seeing as they went out of their way to recruit random humans off of the road.
I'm aware that you disagree, Graceris. Stop telling me that you disagree. It won't change how I feel.
That's a new point, then.
I'm sensitive right now. I fought very hard to keep that boy alive, and he is dead now. And I don't want to be having this conversation anymore. I want to be walking to a destination.
Razik starts walking towards Waterdeep.
I follow him.
Oryx just sort of shrugs at Raceris and starts walking. Maybe we can hit it on the way back, Raceris.
Corsair shrugs.
Okay. Let's see. Alright, how do you guys travel? You have 8 days. Not before another encounter or something else, but, how do you travel?
You mean marching order?
Sure.
I mean, I
And-
guess we'll just stick to the roads since there's no reason not to at this point.
Yeah.
Ceres does not speak to anyone for several days other than for absolute necessities. He just keeps his distance.
Okay.
Razik is at some point is going to try and get close to Moira and sort of away from the rest of the party. I think we should have a conversation, Moira.
What about?
Well, how did the prospect of going to Zix make you feel?
For a myriad of reasons, pretty bad.
You
I
mentioned
just want to sit down somewhere nice.
you mentioned you were concerned that you would be the only one of your kind there.
Among other things, yes.
Hmm. Like I was in Lork,
Yes.
like
you
I
were
was in
right.
like I was in Seacoma,
Yes.
like I may well be in any number of these settlements that we are going to approach on our way to Waterdeep.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm. Well,
Does-
I'm
does this
concerned.
Does this
And,
provide for you the same discomfort that it would for me?
well, it does, and I thought I was clear on expressing that discomfort.
I
I know I was clear on expressing it about Waterdeep, and
yes.
what you specifically told me was it would be okay.
It absolutely will be.
Well, my concern is, why is it acceptable for me to accept that answer, and yet you won't accept that answer from the rest of us?
I think I would be easily willing to see to that point if I knew I had someone looking out for me. It was a lot of other things kept me from wanting to hear.
I'll
Not the least of which that I would like to be behind some safe walls for once.
Razik will attempt to put his hand on Moira's shoulder and will say, I'm looking out for you. I'm always looking out for all of you.
I She checks up a little bit. I know that. I know. You've all demonstrated that you are, and sometimes you watch a child die, and you need to be told again.
I understand, and we can talk about Matthias later. For the meantime, I would be happy if you would just remember this discomfort that you felt about Zix the next time I mention my discomfort about entering some new settlement.
I'm sorry. Allow me to focus on a different part of this conversation. Have I ever been insensitive about this to you? From your perspective?
Well, I think the assurance that you have given me about Waterdeep really just amounts to trust me. You have no knowledge of Waterdeep and how they react to lizard folk, or at least if you have, you haven't shared that knowledge with me.
Oh.
Right? All I've heard from you so far about Waterdeep is it'll be fine, which, as I said, amounts to trust me. Furthermore, I have expressed my concern about many of the locations that we have gone and how they react to lizard folk. And I have found no allies. All I am asking is that you remember how you felt about Zix, so that I might have an ally the next time I express some concern.
Yes, I will do that. I would like to apologize on the first point. Waterdeep is kind of home for me. It was for a long time anyway.
Oh,
Not where I was born. I am confident that you will not be attacked or killed, and I am also confident that if you are treated poorly, I will make sure that people pay for that until they learn not to treat you poorly.
well then, this information is based on your experience in Waterdeep, yes?
Yes.
And not just some hunch.
No, I would never ask you to trust an inclination that I had on nothing. If anything,
Well-
I would ask you to trust that I would figure it out before I exposed you to it.
Well, then it sounds like we are looking out for each other. This is acceptable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the second point, I would like to remind you that I was quite heavily advocating for you when you were uncomfortable about entering Secomber. And I helped you stay hidden.
Yes, that is true. However, the agreement when we became hidden was that we would go straight through Thecomba.
This is accurate. I am but one of many, and my words sometimes fall on deaf ears.
I know how that feels.
I don't know, you were probably a little bit stressed out and hiding in the back of the wagon, but when they said that we should stop, I did try to push for them to continue to move. I was just a minority in that opinion.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I can understand how you feel. I felt out of place and in danger before because of who I am, and I will do my best so that you never have to feel that way, or that nobody ever has to feel that way around me.
And I will do the same. I very much enjoy learning to pull in the same direction as you, Moira.
Thank you. Likewise.
Razik will pull out his drum and start to play a little bit.
Moira is going to create a major image of a dancing troupe in front of us that moves and dances to the beat of the drum.
Razik will pause briefly in a little bit of shock and then play the drums much more enthusiastically.
They, I assume, have a very avant-garde style of dance based on the source material.
Why don't you roll your drum check?
All right. Hey, look at that.
God, that's amazing. And I'm sorry to call session early, but Logan had to go into work on an emergency call, and it sounds like Miles is waking up and needs to be put back down. So, we'll call session for tonight.